The Lore of Combat is back. This is going to be an action-packed episode. I got some updates for y'all, a really good lore story, and then for you super hardcore fans, I got a tower for you at the end of the video. We're going to get into all of that right after this awesome intro. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got another groundbreaking episode for you guys. As you can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about Kintaro. Now, if you're new, then I want to ask you to do me a favor. Go ahead, make the best decision by clicking the subscribe button and turning on post notifications, as this is your #1 source and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content. So I wanted to put that out there. Now, I also want to say thank you to the fans that you see on the screen. I truly appreciate you guys. We're moving up on 14K and I can't wait to see what's next. So shouts out to you guys. You guys are a huge part of this channel. As for the new viewers, let me properly welcome you to my new series called The Lore of Combat, episode 6, the mythology of Sergeant Stryker. You're going to love it here. As I said, this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content, such as lore, theories, leaks, and everything else under the sun. Here's some of the previous catalog. You can check out Serena, Havoc, and you also can check out Smokes and my boy Reptile by going on the page and clicking the Lore of Combat under videos. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get started with today's mythology. Oh, real quick before we start, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Now, let's go ahead and start here. Alright, so let's get into it. Officer Kurtis Stryker is a character in the Mortal Kombat fighting game series. Now, he made his debut way back in Mortal Kombat 3. So, that's that. Now, he's from Earthrealm. And by him being from Earthrealm, he's from New York City in the United States. Now, he was in the first timeline and in the second timeline. In the first timeline, he was an Earthrealmer. In the second timeline, he resided in the Netherrealm. So, with that being said, he is a human in the first timeline and was a revenant in the second timeline. So, I wanted to point that out. Now, let's go ahead and get directly into Stryker. So, listen, Stryker was introduced, y'all, way back in Mortal Kombat 3 as somewhat of a stout-looking Caucasian male sporting, you know, a very urban design with a white blue shirt, combat boots, gun belt, black police pants, and a cap worn backwards. He was with the shits. Honestly, he was. Now, however, his appearance was altered in Armageddon into a more serious looking and, you know, modernized policeman, originally described as being a leader of the Special Riot Control division in New York City, you know, for the New York City Police Department. Now, he employs modern weaponry such as explosives. I'm talking about Buddy got TNTs, firearms, tasers, nightsticks, all types of stuff. When he in battle, he in battle. Now, despite being an otherwise ordinary police officer, I'm gonna tell you straight up, Stryker is incredibly resilient and adaptive when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, having defeated the likes of Ermac, y'all. He put hands and feet on Ermac, Reptile, Mileena, and even Kintaro by himself. No help, no nothing. He was like, why you being weird to me, and put hands and feet on everybody. Now, it is his knack for survival, I could say that, as well as his fierce dedication to justice. He gonna get justice one way or another. That earned the attention of Raiden, and that is ultimately what convinced Raiden to have him enlist Stryker into the defense of Earthrealm. Now, he is seen as the first person to run towards the pyramid in, you know, in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I know y'all remember that. But he just popped off on he just popped off on Mileena like bloop, boom. He went the power. He wanted to get that power for himself. Now, when it comes to his combating characteristics, I'm gonna tell you this. Stryker relies mostly on his police weaponry, such as grenades, a taser, a handheld firearm in combat. This do give him an advantage over the other fighters in terms of range, in that he can deal a tremendous amount of damage from a distance using his baton. He can propel himself forward with incredible speeds towards the opponent and either trip them or fling them far from behind. Now, additionally, In Mortal Kombat 3, one of his combos can launch the opponent into the air, which he can then use as an opportunity for juggling. Now, side note, in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, I just want to throw that in there, that is being aired on this channel. If you didn't see it earlier before this video, go check out the replays. We're on episode 3. It's amazing. I just wanted you to know that. So let me get back on track here. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was telling you basically in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, Stryker's baton doubles as a device for opening and closing portals. That's super dope. That's really, really dope. And you will be able to see that in the show if you have not seen it already. Now, he do use his baton to trip opponents. He also had that in the game Mortal Kombat 11. The name of the move was called the baton sweep, and he actually had that in MK3, Ultimate MK3, MKT, and MK 2011. He had it in, you know, he had it a lot. It's one of his main moves. Now, the enhanced version is called Baton Bash, where Stryker basically trips the opponent, and then while they land on their back, he smashed them over the head with the baton, which is hilarious. Now, his other move is called the Baton Throw, where Stryker basically jumps forward and uses his baton to fling his opponent behind him. Now, in Mortal Kombat 2011, the name of the move was called Roll Toss, and Stryker instead rolled towards the opponent, allowing him to duck certain attacks and projectiles. He also had that in the previous games, which is MK3, UMK3, MKT, MK 2011, as mentioned before. Now, the enhanced version was called Rollout. The range is increased and Stryker tosses the opponent across the screen, y'all. I'm telling you, like, this move was so OP, I could not stand it at all. Now, the good stuff, the grenades. Stryker throwing a concussion grenade at his opponent. Man, Buddy had two versions of the move exist at the same time. One allowing the projectile to be thrown high, and one allowing it to be thrown low, which was, you know, the grenade toss, and with another low arc called the low grenade toss. Man, it sometimes follows Stryker saying, eat this, you know, so he really putting the insult to injury. And when Buddy bring out the double grenade, Stryker throws two grenades at his opponent. Like, there are also high and low versions of this moves, but in Mortal Kombat 2011, man, this is the enhanced version of the two grenades being thrown at the same time. And if that's not enough, Buddy over here with a whole stun gun. Like, Stryker fires his taser and delivers an electric shock from long range. This move was originally his fatality, you know, and back in the day, it was his fatality. It was his fatality. That's what I gotta say. Mortal Kombat Advance, it was his fatality. Now, when it comes to guns, Buddy not playing. Stryker pulls out a pistol or a machine gun. Like, he really out here packing. He had a Draco before Draco was Draco. Now, in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and he basically shoots his opponent in Armageddon. Stryker can also aim his weapon at an upward angle, which meaning if you jump, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit with that fire. That's what's gonna happen. Simple as that, you know. And as I mentioned, his stun gun, I meant to say Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I don't know where I get Advance from. I'm thinking about the wrong game. Now, the enhanced version is called Bang Bang, and Stryker uses two pistols to fire multiple rounds. I mean, he on his Chief Keef stuff. Bang bang, bang bang. That's what he out here doing. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when it came to his X-ray move Busted, to me, in my opinion, it was one of the best moves that he had in the game, where Stryker pulls out a flashlight and shines it in opponent's eyes, blinding them and causing them to kneel down. Stryker then slams his flashlight on top of the opponent's skull. Like, Buddy really out here breaking it, and then he slams the opponent in the side of the face with a baton that breaks the jaw and skull even more. He then finishes the combo by electrocuting the opponent with his taser. Listen, his throw was something serious too. Stryker tases his opponent under the chin and then strikes them with his baton either in the stomach or in the back. Like, he was not playing. But his baton twirl, that's when Stryker basically twirls his baton, hitting his opponent in the face. Like, he really was out here putting the beats, hands and feet, and police brutality on people. He was. Now, when it came to his fatality, Stryker fires his taser and sends electricity into his opponent and basically just barbecuing them to death. That's what that was. And I remember this one time he had a fatality where he basically attached explosives and charged them to his opponent, and detonated from a distance, causing them to explode in a mess of bones and gore. He did have this in MK3, UMK3, and MKT. Now, he had another one called Time Serve, where basically Stryker electrocutes his opponent with his taser and then graphically shoots them in the head with his pistol, you know, causing their head above the jawline to explode. That's the one that he had in Mortal Kombat 2011. But his other fatality was called Have a Blast, where Stryker takes out a grenade, unpins it, and lodges it into the opponent's stomach before running away. Now, the grenade explode in the stomach, that's like within seconds, leaving the body just burning all over the place. His lower body on the floor, his legs on the floor. Now, so that's basically that. But as far as his movie and TV appearance, he did appear in Defenders of the Realm, like I said, which airs here on this channel at 8 o'clock p.m. every day. So tune in, don't want to miss out. We already on episode 2, and we're going to be going into episode 3, so you want to catch on as soon as possible. If you're lost, you can just go to my page, click on videos, and go to the Defender of the Realms playlist, and that will get you caught up. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, I was basically telling you about his movie and TV appearances. Okay, so Stryker was one of the main characters in the animated series Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. He was voiced by what was his name? Oh, Ron Perlman. He was one of Raiden's chosen defenders of the Earthrealm, alongside, you know, Liu Kang, your boy Sub-Zero, Jax, Bei Sonya, Nightwolf, Cabal, and, you know, the homie Kitana that was in the show. He used his nightstick, which concealed an electric device to close the dimensional rips that would, you know, that was caused by invading realms. He also had a very strict and cold-hearted attitude among his fellow combatants. Like, when I tell you he was really out here, like, yo, they mad rude on this show. They be flaming each other up and everything. Y'all gotta tune in at 8 p.m. to watch an episode with us. They really be saying what's on their mind. I remember one time Raiden was like, yo, what y'all doing? Defend this joint. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go consult with the elder gods. It's hilarious. Yeah, but anyway, but in a later episode, he started acting, you know, much kinder, much nicer. You know, he gets this sweet side at the end of the episode, Fall from Grace, after assisting Sonya in battle with Colonial Zakaro of the Shokin. You will be meeting him too. You know, that's a character, just a little bit of Mortal Kombat lore. Basically, you'll meet characters you never heard of before. Now, when it came to Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Stryker is mentioned alongside with Cabal. He was mentioned in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He did get, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, as having been captured by Rain. Though he never appeared on screen at all. Buddy never appeared on screen. Now, Mortal Kombat Rebirth, a police resembling Stryker is briefly seen in the Mortal Kombat Rebirth, for those of you that don't know. Now, Mortal Kombat Legacy, I can tell you this. Thomas Pinnick portrays Stryker in Mortal Kombat Legacy. In that continuity, Stryker is a member of the Deacon City Police Department and works alongside Sonya and Jax Bridge. I hope they do that in MK12. That would be super dope to have Sonya, Jax, Stryker, and Cabal all basically working in the same unit, as well as with Sector and Cyrex. You know, I think that'd be super dope. Anyway, back on track. Stryker appears in the first episode, y'all. So you definitely, like I said, check it out. They basically was, you know, going over preparation to lead a strike team to Kano's location, you know, given what little info they did have that they had on Kano, as well as revealing that the Black Dragon stole sensitive technology from the DOD, which is the Department of Defense, for those of you that don't know. And while Stryker wants to wait for confirmation from Sonya on Kano's location and you know, follow protocol, Jax wants to head out right then and there. Jax like, all right, I'm gonna head out. But, you know, Stryker reminds him that Sonya shouldn't have been out on her own. Stryker, you know, knows about Sonya, Kano, and Jax's tense relationship and asks Jax not to put him in that position. Jax is like, yeah, all right, I got you, but I'm gonna still put hands and feet on him when I see him. Now, when Jax decides to head off on his own, which he did anyway, to find Sonya, Stryker declares, you know, fuck it, and orders the team to move out. He like, all right, if Jax moving out, we gotta back him up. Come on, y'all, we out. So Stryker, Jax, and the team, they did arrive at the warehouse location from Sonya's transmission, but as soon as the ambush started and they, you know, got caught in the gunfight, Stryker wanted to know how the Black Dragon knew they were coming and lays down cover fire for Jax as, you know, he go ahead and find Sonya. Stryker and Jax then, they start working together and stuff, you know, to take out several Black Dragon members. Now, in that next episode, Stryker reappears at the ending, greeting Sonya in the ICU of a hospital. Stryker himself also slightly wounded, but in much better shape than, you know, Sonya was. Like, she got hands and feet put on her. Now, he did let her know she's been in a coma for a week and that Kano managed to escape. When Sonya asked about, you know, Jax, Stryker revealed his intense condition, but assured her that the DOD had a plan after revealing the injuries to his, you know, to his back and arms, because he did get injured. Now, the actor and stuntman, I think his name was Eric Jacobs. Yeah, he portrayed Stryker in season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy. Now, in between seasons, Stryker was presumably contacted by Raiden and agreed to fight for Earthrealm and Mortal Kombat, possibly in the still injured Sonya and Jax place. Now, in season 2, Stryker appears in the second episode, being the second of Raiden's choosing fighters to arrive on, you know, on Shang Tsung's island, where Johnny Cage arrived next. Stryker recognizes him and wonders, why is he there as well, you know? Though Cage just mocks him, you know, for bringing a stun gun instead of answering his question. The two then see, you know, Sub-Zero and Kenshi arrive, with Stryker questioning, we fighting these Kung Fu extras? He's like, we fighting these Kung Fu extras? Man, though Raiden did announce his presence and clarifies that they all allies, Raiden was like, look, we all on the same time. Y'all need to cut it with all that. Now, tell me why that same night, Stryker's sitting at the campfire with the other combatants, right? His other homies, and asks Raiden what the island is. Raiden, he did reveal that the island is the remnant of a ruined civilization and serves as a reminder of what the fate Earthrealm awaits, you know, if they fail. Stryker then witnesses Raiden using his control over lightning to reignite, you know, the dying fire. Now, after Raiden explains the island's unique ability to enhance the chosen combatants and its supernatural powers and Sub-Zero. So basically, listen, let me make sure I stay on track with this story. So when Raiden told him this island going to boost your powers up, tell me why Sub-Zero going to use his control over ice to put out the campfire that they had. Sub-Zero be petty, bro. That was cold. Pun intended. Now, Raiden did declare the tournament has begun, and he was like, it has begun, and the combatants, you know, they spread out over the island, and they basically just got the scrapping from there. So Stryker, he not seen again until the series finale, having, you know, spent the better part of the day wandering the island and coming across a strange stone formation where he hears someone approaching. Tell me why Stryker reached for his weapon, drawing it but not firing once he realized it was only an injured Johnny Cage. But Stryker then tends to Cage's wound. You know, you're like, all right, you damaged, let me help you out, let me patch you up, that type of stuff. Now, Johnny explains the events he witnessed, starting with Kenshi and Ermac's fight to his encounter, and then you telling him how he ran into Mileena and Kitana, and then Stryker becomes hopeful, you know, hopeful at the idea that the enemies turning on each other, believing they might win the tournament. Now, Stryker did start to help Johnny up, suggesting they return to the beach where Liu Kang appears, you know, attacking 2 with fireballs. So Liu Kang just over here, what the? Now, Stryker, he knocked out momentarily for the first fire blast. Bang, bang, hit with a fire blast. But, you know, revives in time to save Cage from the death of the fallen Shaolin monk's hands. Still want to make fun of my fucking vest? That's basically what he said. Now, by shooting Liu Kang with his stun gun, yo, he really electrocuted. Yeah, all right, let me finish the story, man. So yeah, basically, Liu Kang overcomes the volts coursing through his veins and everything, and engages Stryker in the fist fight. He's like, oh, you want to electrocute people? Man, put them up. Put your dudes up. So Stryker tries to draw his gun like, man, I don't do no fighting, but we can get the shooting though. Liu Kang dodges and redirect every shot before getting the gun and mercilessly pistol whipping Stryker in the unconscious. So Liu Kang's like, man, what? Took his gun, bang, mine, start hitting him in the face with it. Just like put my boy Stryker unconscious. Now, before Cage and Stryker could be executed, tell me why Kung Lao arrives and saves them. Stryker is still unconscious as, you know, as season 2 ends. So that's basically what that was. Now, when it comes to character development, it took Stryker several tries to break into the MK series, y'all. Like, for real. Now, the character name was Kurtis Stryker. Now, he was meant to appear in the first Mortal Kombat, but the idea was dropped in the place of a female fighter. So, Stryker was supposed to be in Mortal Kombat 1, but they took and gave that to Sonya. Now, they previously unused character would later appear in Mortal Kombat 2 with a different name. Guess who he was? Jax. Jax's initial name was then finally reused for this character in Mortal Kombat 3. Stryker was made to be a SWAT type of character, but with a sleeker design. Now, the developers originally planned for him to have several other weapons, but problems and memory limitations prevented that from happening. You know, it was old back in the day. They had a lot of limitations, which they don't have nowadays. So Stryker had long held a mixed response among fans, although character design and series co-creator, John Tobias thought that he would become one of the most popular characters in the game. Now, the opposite would turn true. Many did reveal, his common man appearance, special moves, and friendships are being out of place, for the sword and sorcery world of Mortal Kombat. Now, despite that, he is also considered one of the highest tier characters in Mortal Kombat 3, which he was. Like, Buddy was just nice like that, especially after he was given his gun as a special move in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. This move greatly increased Stryker's combo abilities, especially, when he started juggling. When the juggling gets in the picture, you wasn't messing with him at all. Now, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Ed Boon did claim him to be one of MK3's hidden secrets precisely for that reason. I will tell you that. It was also stated that Stryker was purposely given a new appearance in Armageddon in order to make him look more appealing to the critics of its original design. Armageddon's early concept art though, fun fact, and cast render showed that Stryker was to have his MK3 look as his primary costume. However, that was scrapped later on, as this look was one of the sources of rejection over the character and everything. Now, his new appearance in Mortal Kombat, the 2011 game, strongly resembles his MK3 attire. As far as game information, the original Stryker costume used for MK3 shoot was red, which in the case for most of other live action costumes in the game, but was changed to blue in the game. Stryker's select screen portrait still shows that red version of his outfit, y'all. So the palette swap color variant used for the second player, both players choose, Stryker does use the original costume rendition himself. Now, he did make 2 cameo appearances, which was in Deception, one as a background prisoner in the Dark Prison stage, and again during Conquest mode, where he's seen to be an inspiring guard in the Order Realm. Also in Deception, his name randomly shows up in the sky in the main menu. I don't know if y'all knew that or whatever the case was. And he did appear in Mortal Kombat 11 through Cassie, doing her, her little selfie fatality or brutality. It's the fatality, my fault. So yeah, I just basically kind of wanted to get you caught up on speed. What's going on with Stryker? He's really nice out here, and I can't wait for him to return in Mortal Kombat 11. Again, if you have not seen my roster videos or my 1 hour what to expect MK12 video, I suggest you go watch it. And as mentioned in that, the reason Stryker was not in Mortal Kombat 11 was due to the police brutality that was going on in the world, especially with BLM. And Stryker's favorite line is police brutality coming right up. So of course, some idiot was going to perform police brutality on Jax, and that was going to go viral and say how it was depicted in video games. So that would have been a PR nightmare. That's why he was not in Mortal Kombat 12. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let Ed Boon take over. He gonna tell you, a little bit about Stryker, and after that, we gonna go over a few more things, and I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all on up out of here, man. And don't forget to check out the Defenders of the Realms episode that dropped earlier at 8 o'clock. So if you missed it, you need to go check it out. Ed Boon, go ahead and take it over for me, my boy. Appreciate it. I'll be right back after these messages. I'm using the bathroom and grabbing myself some snacks, and then I'll come back and produce the rest of the video. Go ahead, Ed, take it away.
Stryker.
Kurtis Stryker was the leader of the NYPD's Special Riot Control Division. During Shao Kahn's attempt to seize Earthrealm, Stryker found himself among the Earth Warriors, charged with saving mankind. To this day, he still has no idea how or why he was called to defend his home.
Stryker is one of the few warriors that is left behind in Earthrealm to help defeat Shao Kahn and stop his invasion.
Stryker was some people's favorite character and a lot of people's least favorite character in Mortal Kombat 3. He was probably the most urban, less superhero-looking character that we've had in a Mortal Kombat game before that, because it looked like he was just kind of wearing street clothes. You know, he had a backwards cap on. He was like this cop, but he really didn't look futuristic or anything. And so a lot of people kind of looked at him in terms of the visuals, and you know, they weren't attracted over in terms of picking him. But if you actually picked the character, he was one of like the best hidden secrets in Mortal Kombat 3, where he was actually one of the strongest characters, and especially in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, when he was given his gun move, I think he was easily in the top 5 most powerful characters.
Stryker was never really a big fan favorite, so the challenge for Armageddon was trying to make him look cool and make those people like Stryker. Stryker has a lot of cool moves this game. He has a taser, he has bombs again, but he just has a sleeker, cooler look.
Stryker wins. Fatality.
Hey, listen, I do hope we get Kintaro or we get the male vampire in Mortal Kombat 12 that he mentioned in the video about the vampire, not Mortal Kombat 12. I got to be very specific when speaking to you guys, because some of you in the audience like to take things and run with it. Now, we're going to do this here. I'm getting ready to put something up here on your screen. So if you're away from your screen, now is the time to come to your screen so you can see what the heck I'm about to show you. Now, I need you guys to fully participate in the communication section, the community section. This is here what you see on the screen. You go to my page and you click on community. That's how you get to the section that I'm about to show you. That is the section that controls the channel. I want you to know that you are in full control of the content that is placed on this channel. I post polls, I post a lot of fan lore and a lot of nice pictures and stuff about Mortal Kombat on that section, so make sure you come over there to vote. Actually, I'm gonna put this right here on your screen. If you go to that section, these are some of the questions that I asked right here, and some of you have already voted on. For example, I'll say this here. I asked, how do you like your content, long or short? You guys voted. I said, what time are you usually up when you consume your content? You guys voted for nighttime. Now, I just posted those, so it doesn't have many votes, but I need you to go and vote on those and any other polls that you see by the time this video is released. And if you look here, I also asked you guys which Lord of Combat did you want. You voted both, so you're going to get those. And I asked you about the other content I wanted to post between Wolverine and Storm, and you guys should do Wolverine and other content. And I want to let you know, me expanding into other content will not stop the Mortal Kombat content. I promise you on that, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Now that we got that out of the way, when this video is over, make sure you go over to the community tab so you can vote on content for this channel. Also, a comment will be pinned for the Discord for y'all MK fans to join so we can chat all day. I also want to say congratulations to us. We're almost at 14K, and the One Being documentary is over 50,000 views, y'all. Thank you so much. That was our first documentary, and now also, we did put out a second documentary, which was the revenge of Shinnok and Kronika. Did Shinnok really know about Kronika's plan? Because Cetrion implied that. Definitely go check it out and watch it. Now, our third documentary, which is What to Expect Mortal Kombat 12 documentary, was extremely good and is doing well. So go check that out. Also, go watch it after this video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, because this is your brand new favorite place to watch content. You gotta give me my credit when it's due, y'all. I'm super excited. All right, so enough self-promotion, because I promised I wouldn't do a lot of that in this video. Oh, real quick, merch. Go to my page, click on store, and buy some of that MK merch. I am working on new merch as we speak. Also, when it comes to merch, I do want you to get in the comments. Let me know what type of clothes that you wear so I can get some of this merch together. Do you like sweaters? You like hoodies? You like sweatsuits? What do you wear the most? I really need you guys to help me with the combat store, because that store is going to be awesome. I'm telling you that right now, as soon as I get that under control. Now, I will say this. This is the end of the video, so if you want to leave, you can go ahead and leave. But for you hardcore Mortal Kombat fans that like to watch Mortal Kombat content, I'm getting ready to put this Stryker gameplay on your screen, as you can see here. Now, there will not be any audio, so I'm just going to throw a track behind it because I do not have time for copyright issues. It seems like YouTube is just becoming more prone on putting copyright strikes on people's channels, and I'm not trying to lose my YouTube privileges. So go ahead and enjoy these custom outfits from Stryker, and once these are done, I will see you guys in the next episode. With that being said, I will see you wonderful people later. Peace out, champions. Peace out.